It is the next morning, and as of right now, several people have already commented and gave their opinions as to whether they like the fat one or the skinny one. If you watched episode number 4, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I read every single comment as of right now, and thank you very much for your opinions. The general consensus was that the skinny one, that, well, it would be easier to hold on to and maybe write with or sketch with. The fat one here was the nicest looking one. So, I'm not going to throw this out. I'm going to hang on to it. Might use it again sometime. However, we'll be pressing these two together and these two together. Now, if you watched the last couple of episodes, you'll know that we were having a bit of a problem with the brass tubes. You know, are they the wrong size? And I honestly haven't checked it yet, but there's one fast way to find out. That is, we're going to try this in here. Now, I sure hope that this little piece doesn't fall in. Nope. I can tell right now that it's the right size. Okay? Now, the second thing I want to do is this thing correct? You know, it was on sale at Canadian Tire, half price for $10. I mean, it's not the kind of thing that NASA probably put in a large order for, but it should be fairly accurate. Now, this I've had for many years. It used to be my dad's, actually, and I learned how to use it, and it's, as far as I know, it is fairly accurate. So I'm going to take a reading of something on with this one, and we'll just see what this one says. That'll be kind of fun. Now, this barrel trimmer shaft, I turned this down myself, and because I needed one the exact size for the Emperor kit. So I know that because this end was closer to the chuck than this end is probably a little bit more round than this end. Now, I mean, we're probably talking 10,000ths of an inch difference, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little mark here, and that's where we're going to take the reading, first with the analog and then with the digital, and just see what the difference is. I'm hoping they're the same. Okay, we'll put the little dot on one of the flat surfaces here, and we will try to not twist it while I pull it out, which is going to be kind of hard to do. Maybe I'll just leave it in. Okay, we're going to take a reading there. Don't know if the camera can read that. And afterwards, I'll show you how you read it to 1,000ths of an inch. It's actually pretty easy once you get onto it. Now, I guess you probably figured out I took a snapshot of the last frame. And so we're going to be able to look at it nice and close. And it's upside down, so I can either stand on my head or I can rotate the picture. So in my condition, I think I'll rotate the picture. Okay, I've enhanced this as best I can in Photoshop here. And I realize it's not as clear because I'm zoomed right in, so I'm pretty pixelated, as they say. But this is about as good as we can get. And you can more or less see the increments. I'm hoping that you can see the little hand that's moving there on the screen. Okay, you'll notice up here we got 0. Here we've got 1. That stands for 100,000ths. So there's 200,000ths, 300, 400, 500. It doesn't quite make it to 600,000ths. In other words, this little mark here is the one that you're going by. So what we've got is, we've got 500,000ths plus 25, but not quite 50. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go 525 plus whatever this scale says. And what you do here, you'll notice these marks here that go from 0 to 25. Well, one of them will line up with these increments here better than any other. And so what you do is you look along until you find the one that lines up the most. Okay, we're getting pretty close. Okay, that one there is a little bit too far to the left. This one here is a little bit too far to the right. But this one here seems to be just right. And that would be number... No, this one here looks a little better. Yeah, I think this one here is closer. Well, it's... Well, maybe this one. Anyway, so that is 18. So the best way to do this is look directly on it and use a magnifying glass. So then what you would do is you would add 18 to 525, which will be 543. So in other words, it's 543 thousandths of an inch. Now this is the way I do it. I hope I explained it clearly. I'm sure there's a better way, but this works for me, and I'm too old to learn a new way. So anyway, that's kind of interesting. Now we'll see if the digital one is anywhere close to 543. I sure hope so. Now this is a tiny bit awkward here. I'm actually standing behind the camera because I want to be able to see the screen here. Otherwise I get a reflection and you won't be able to read anything, and neither will I. Okay, we'll turn it on. And you notice it's on millimeters, so we're going to change it to inches. That way it should give me thousandths of an inch. Okay, it's zeroed. And there's a little black mark, and we'll put it on the flat surface of the caliper, and we'll see what we've got here. Okay, I'm seeing 541. 541, and I said 543, so that's, oops. So that is 2 1,000ths of an inch difference. You know, that's not too bad. 2 1,000ths of an inch. That's pretty good. Hope you can see that okay. Now before I start pressing here, I had mentioned to somebody that I was going to take some really nice close-ups of the various parts of my shop pencil and see if there's a difference between my shop sketch pencil and the one that he has. And, you know, anyway, that's what I'm going to do right now. Just move in really nice and close here. Okay, enough with the close-ups. Let's press. And being as that this is called the Mini Sketch Pencil series, let's start with the Mini Sketch Pencil Kit. I don't really think it matters. Do I put the gold with this one or this one? You know, I don't think it makes any difference. The chrome, maybe you can go with that one? Yeah, let's do the chrome one first. And we'll put it with this one right here. Okay. And press. That was a fairly tight fit. Now I have the situation of where do I want the clip to cover. And I'm glad that they made this clip for a large blank. So this should go in here like this somehow. Oh my, that's a tight fit. Okay, it'll probably press on. Now I don't want the clip to be covering this. So I'll have it on one side or the other. Guess it wouldn't really matter. Okay, we'll try it. Okay, yeah, why is that so tight? Oh, there it goes. Okay. For a minute there I thought there was something wrong. I thought maybe I had half of Bill's kit and half of mine going here. Okay, yeah. I'll just readjust everything. I don't want the clip covering up the medullary rays either, so I'll just put it just a little bit off to one side there. I think it'll still look pretty symmetrical. Okay, and press. Okay, that's it. I think that's okay. Now I'll do the other one exactly the same way. Now the rest is fairly easy. Okay, this is the gold one. I'm just going to go with the gold one. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Notice that there's a little bit of a character flaw. Maybe I can show you a close-up of that later. Okay, now this one. Alrighty. We'll test them out after we get the shop sketch put together. And that's a little bit more complicated. So okay, now it's time to press the big one. And I want the gold one to match up with these. So we're going to use these ones right here. Don't want to get them mixed up because a mistake like this is easy to do and it's hard to fix later. Okay, so we're doing the gold one. Here we go. Okay. And press. Now, while I'm thinking of it, at the end of this video I want to talk about something very important. And, you know, it's about the 11mm drill bit versus the 29/64 of an inch drill bit. And if you miss this, you might miss out on some important information here. So as soon as you hear the music playing, don't go clicking the stop button because you might miss out. Okay, now the coupling. And I think that's going to be okay. And press. Okay, there's two mistakes I can make here. I can forget about getting the grain to line up. In other words, it should look something like this, not like this. Second thing that can happen is I could maybe press it the wrong way around. And while it wouldn't be real serious, it just wouldn't be symmetrical. So let's get it symmetrical here. Okay. I think that's pretty good. What do you think? Okay, and press. press. Now the idea is there are supposed to be 3 hex nuts, one at each end and one in the middle. This one here, it's going to go on here. Okay, and all it does is just screws on. Now this should just screw in there. And then we will be done. Okay. All right. This one is supposed to match this one. Kind of. Yeah, they match. Okay, now I'm going to press the other one together exactly the same way, and then we'll do the test. Now each one of these transmissions came with a lead already in it. At least it was supposed to. And the way you get the lead to come out is you push in on the back. If you remember, there was a spring here. So you push in and it should fall out. There. Then you just push it back. This is a brand new lead. Push it back and this little clamp type thing, sort of like a collet. This little collet clamps down on the lead. So anyway, here's for the first one. Whoops, I pushed too hard. That's better. That was embarrassing. And then to get it to go back in, you just push, let it go back, and it disappears. Now the bigger one is exactly the same way, only it's more heavy duty. It's got a much larger collet, as you can see there. And this one's already sharpened. Oh, I'll have to show you something else interesting. Anyway, now this thing has a sharpener on it. If you undo this, screw this out, there's a little sharpener inside there, and you can sharpen the lead. I don't know, maybe this one has the same thing. I never thought to check. This is the first mini sketch I've done, so I didn't know. Yeah, sure enough. Okay, learn something new every day. Alright, let's try another one here. And the shop sketch. EST. There we go. All right. So there we go. I'm going to clean them up and we'll have a nice close look. Now this is what I want to tell you that's important about the Shop Sketch pencil kit. If you're ordering one from William Woodwright, and probably some of you will, don't get the kit and then say, well, Ron used a 29/64 inch bit and it worked fine. If you do, you're going to be screwed. In other words, it's going to be just a little bit too big. Use an 11mm. And in the event you don't have one, order one along with the kit. It's not that expensive, and it'll last a woodworker the rest of his life. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. That the newer kits, they do require the 11mm. I had an old kit here, and I was using Bill's instructions because I wanted instructions, and his email is in my computer. So I just printed out one of his instructions and didn't realize that the new instructions don't perfectly match up with the older kits. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, and it's important that you remember that.